Hey bro, I want to ask you a question. You know what? We want to talk about Latvia. What do you need? Can you tell me, what is the positive and the negative effects of the EU for the Latvia? I mean, how do the European Union affected the Latvia? This is a really interesting question. I don't want to talk about these topics like in here. Let's go outside, man. Okay, listen to me carefully, boy. I'm not going to tell this information once again. So listen to me carefully. I'm listening you, boss. Tell me everything. There is no doubt that the Latvia is small but is an important country for both the European Union and Russia. They have suffered from the Russian effects so much, especially in the 80s and the 90s. Firstly, I want to start with the positive effects of the EU for the you can understand easily to me. In the 1990s, after the separation of the Russia, Latvia always tried to be a nation because they have lots of political instability. Even they seem as lived by Russia, Russian implications have always seemed on them. They want to do the coalitions in the parliament, but they were not living so much. That's why they always faced the crisis and the serious problems in terms of politics and the economics. I was known as something like that. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm listening to you carefully. In all of these problems, Latvia found the solution in membership of the European Union. By joining the European Union, their purpose was to increase living standards. They put forward comprehensive economic stabilization programs. After European negotiations, they lived such a great economic relaxation. European Union helped them for the privatization. After the membership of the European Union, the unemployment rate has decreased consistently. In my opinion, the European Union played an important role for the Latvia because if Latvia couldn't achieve great relations with the European Union, they couldn't be like today because they have, a strategic position and they have affected by Russia so much. The European Union used strategic ways in order to create a new European institution. They forced Latvia to Copenhagen criteria, which is really important for them, you know that, and it accrues them to stability for economic development. Oh my god, it's really good. Tell me what happened then. After that, the European Union liberated Latvian language and the LGBTQ movements, which is very good for them. In this way, everybody started to talk about free thought and independence for Latvia. Before the European Union, Latvia had a lot of problems as a nation. European Union accrued transparency of the state and audibility of the public institutions and accountability. In the end, for the positive effects, the European Union has lots of positive effects on Latvia today. If Latvia does not suffer from the Russian economy or other political problems, it thanks the European Union and their sanctions. In this point, I have a question. Don't understand me personal, but aren't there any negative effects about that? You make me so tired, man. Listen to me, please. Just listen. When I look at the negative effects of the European Union on Latvia, these are about the economy, brain immigration, refugee problems, and the health and the social care systems. I want to start with the economy. The negative side of the economy is the euro. In Latvia, before the European Union, they were using the Latvian lei, okay? However, right now they use euro. When the crisis happened, Latvia lived lots of problems like Greece. That's why they are so dependent on the European Union economy right now. On the other hand, they they have a huge problems for refugees. According to the Eurobarometer survey, more than half of people surveyed in the Latvia believe that migration is the largest current problem in the European Union, while 45% are concerned about terrorism. Oh, poor Latvia. Can you add something more about that? Of course I can. I asked a Latvian guy who is not my friend but my friend's friend, okay? We couldn't talk so much, but I asked her that what's your problem in the European Union. She replied to me that refugee problems is the biggest problem in Latvia. We do not want the foreigners in here, and also we do not trust the European Union for separation of refugees. They are sending us uneducated people and they take rich people. As I understand from this girl and my research, Latvian people didn't want refugees because scared about economic shocking. It turns into a bigger problem for Latvia every day. Speaking about the different problems is that in Latvia health and the social care system and unemployment, they still couldn't achieve to establish the main health system. European Union couldn't achieve to renew the healthcare system in Latvia. By the way, she was very beautiful, man. What can I do, bro? Another and the last problem is that brain immigration. The youth population in Latvia tries to go abroad because according to the Eurobarometer, Europeans in general see unemployment and migration as main problem in their own countries. They do not think that the Latvian economy will increase more. That's why with their European passport, they immigrate to other European countries. They usually prefer Germany. I asked one more question that girl, which is how can you characterize European Union and does the European Union go in the wrong or the right direction? She replied that, in my opinion, European Union goes the wrong direction, but what I most like in the European Union is that the human rights. Man, thank you so much. You are perfect, bro. Perfect. Like, how can I say? I have never seen like that information before in my life. Thank you. That's okay, bro. Don't worry. You're welcome. Anytime you want to ask again, come to me.